it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I chortled and stepped between them, unraveling Joan's work. Here, you're supposed to place the napkin like a diamond, and put the utensils upside down first, 1/3 of the way in. The two oohed and awed at my simple handiwork, and Chantal emulated my movements. When we finished wrapping a set, Joan tied a little ribbon around it to make it snug and placed it in the bin. Are you girls busy? We need a few people to haul the folded tables from the back room. They're a little cumbersome, though. Chantal flexed her arm. Leave it to me. I'm stronger than I look. Also, I need some volunteers to collect ivy to decorate the tables and my napping station. I raised a hand eagerly. Already that sounded more interesting than wrapping utensils. I will go. I nudged Joan, who turned to Chantal for translation guidance. While Chantal explained, I gestured to the cutlery. Rosemary, what about the napkins and utensils? Will you be doing them instead? Me? I already have my hands full making sure people are doing their jobs. But you don't speak French. How are you even... Time to ask Hendrik something. Good luck collecting the ivy. There is some behind the outdoor kitchen to start. Hey, I better not be carrying the tables alone. Chantal chased after Rosemary. Joan and I exchanged an amused smile before I pointed in the direction Rosemary recommended. Shall we go? Okay. We hiked through the woods, branching off from the main path, and ascended on a gentle slope. We spotted ivy surrounding the trunks of various trees with stray vines snaking upward. I tore off one plant and wrapped it around my arm like twine, and Joe did the same. We separated slowly as we took meandering steps, our eyes scanning the ground for more ivy. A loud rustle caused me to stiffen, and I glanced around apprehensively. Did you hear something? Joan tilted her head in bafflement, and I waved a dismissive hand, wondering if it was just my imagination. Never mind. There are no bears in Belgium, right? I should have asked. I barely finished the thought when I heard a twig snap, alerting me. I whirled around to see a dark shape looming above the bushes, not far from Joan. In my panic, all I knew is it was something tall and huge. Protect Joan, get her attention. We protect Joan. Ooh. Achievement unlocked. Festival Joan. Cool. Dropping the ivy I possessed, I leapt in front of Joan, holding out an arm to shield her from any danger. Stay back! I glared at whatever was in front of me, doing my best to ignore the palpitations in my chest and the quiver in my voice. I had no time to gauge Joan's reaction, but I hoped that she was all right. Quoi? Huh? Augustin poked his head around the object, then propped it against a tree. Upon closer inspection, it was a cutout of a cave bear painted entirely black. Looking around me, I noticed that there was an additional animal cutouts positioned close to the main path. A giant elk, a crouching lion, a hidden deer. I immediately dropped the protective stance and shuffled closer to Joan, embarrassed by my reaction. I did not mean to scare you, Petit Fleur. I wasn't scared, just jumpy. Decorating the route? Yes, I want to show what animals would have roamed Belgium 30,000 years ago. Rest assured, there's no lions or bears here today. Okay. My mind did think of bears since there are black bears back home. Let's give this ivy to Rosemary, Joan. I held up the plants and Joan gave a small nod. I gave Augustin a quick goodbye before departing. Glancing back, I saw Joan grinning ear to ear, like she knew something I didn't. I could tell that she was suppressing her laughter. I wasn't scared. You thought it was a real bear? You jump in. She mimicked my stance from earlier, complete with a closed fist and one arm shielding an invisible person. I was only thinking of your safety. Before I could stomp off, Joan clasped my hand between hers. No, listen. You thought there was a bear. You protect me. I'm happy. You are very sweet. Of course I'd protect you. You were... I trailed off and we both glanced at our hands. Joan hastily let go, averting her eyes apologetically. Smiling, I held her hand again and gently tugged her toward me. Let's go. You're back? What took you so long? Nah. I feel something else has taken root besides the ivy. Did something happen during that walk? Nothing happened. Joan, don't tell them. I gave her hand a squeeze and put a finger to my lips to get the point across. No, but bear. Bear? You bared what, Joan? Did you bare your soul? Or maybe something more? Not that kind of bear. The two teased us relentlessly until we heard Augustine scolding a few idling gossipers by the main entrance. Taking the hint, Rosemary reached for the ivy. We better keep busy. You three can return to preparing the utensils for our guests. Aw, no one did that when we were out. At least we weren't scrambling for something else to do now. Festival time! Where should I go? Check out Rosemary's flint napping, see what Kyler and DeAndre are up to, enter the museum, stop by the face painting station. Oh, I don't know. Decisions, people, decisions! Let's try going to Rosemary's. Let's see some flint napping. Since there was a crowd watching Rosemary, I decided to join in and see how she napped. Her entire demonstration was marked off with a circle of rocks to keep people at a safe distance. Sitting on a chair, she had a tanned animal skin placed over her leg to protect herself from debris. She held a smooth obsidian cobble in one hand and a hammerstone in the other. Half of the obsidian was already exposed, revealing a dark inner material, while a pile of flakes were scattered on another animal skin around her feet. Narrowing her eyes in concentration, Rosemary tilted the cobble and placed a precise strike near the edge. Multiple flakes slid off, revealing curved surfaces. A jutting edge emerged from the obsidian. With softer strikes, she abraded the edge to give it a polished look. After a final delicate tap, she adjusted the hammerstone in her hand, then made one hard strike against the platform. For an activity that involved a rock hitting a rock to create tools, there was an art to it, and every strike Rosemary made had thought behind it. Bigger shards rained down, and she held an elongated one up, which had a point completed. Once the pile had grown, she handed them out to anyone interested in a little souvenir. When it was my turn, I stepped in. What did you think? Did you enjoy it? I thought it was neat. I can see where you get this whole into the mind of the Neanderthal angle when you're emulating how they napped. It is neat. I believe Neanderthals had high spatial organizational skills. She extended her hand and dropped a flake into my outstretched palm. I can always retouch it into something nicer later. Keep it safe. And don't do anything mischievous like planting it into your square or someone else's. That sounds like it's been done before. Perhaps. Thanks again, Rosemary. Once I left to avoid holding up the line, I glanced back down at the obsidian flake, smiling. It really did make a lovely souvenir. Gah, these things are really sharp. And I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.